Okay, here we go. 5 years into YouTubing and never done this before. Can you hear me? Anybody there? Yep. Okay, good. How's everybody doing? Who's ready to win a Draumr? This is a sweet setup. So Erin and I were sponsored by, oh my goodness. We're sponsored by Amok. They took a risk on us when we were really small, which was super nice of them. And I reached out to them to see if they would give us some gear. And I honestly just love it. We're sponsored, but it's truly my favorite shelter, and there's nothing else I would want to camp in. So I'm really excited to give one away. Reading comments here. By the way, I don't know why, but I've been getting the Robert Pattinson comparison in recent months. Maybe my hair is a bit longer. Sorry, yeah, I should look at this camera. Let me move this. First live screen. Oh, there we go. Okay. Erin will be here soon. She's on her way back from work. We are still engaged and together because she hasn't been on the channel for a while, and we seem to get this question. We were out this weekend. Erin caught a beautiful rainbow trout. Who is Robert Pattinson? He's an actor. Batman. Am I sparkly, Andrea? I don't even know what that means. Is that a reference? Went over my head. I'm sorry. I'll hold the draw pretty soon. I'm not going to drag this out for y'all, but just let a few more people come. We got 400. Whoa. That seems like a lot. People love free stuff. I've never had more comments on a video. 3,600 comments, so your odds are still pretty decent compared to the lottery or anything like that, and all you had to do is comment to enter, so it's not a bad deal. Yeah, Erin is a super busy girl. She's in the home stretch of her master's, though, and then she's going to probably do not only more trips with me, but hopefully some solo trips. I just got a second camera. I just ordered this Panasonic S5, which is like a professional full-frame camera with a 24-105 lens. And actually, it just arrived. The lens just arrived today, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. I've always used this Panasonic FZ 300, and it's 600 mils, all in this nice little package. So we'll see if I hold on to it, but I wanted to try and up the quality. Yeah, I love Panasonic. Yeah, Erin will definitely post her solo trips, and I'll be editing them still because that's a huge learning curve. But hopefully she can go through that sometime. Yeah, bulky indeed. Yeah, it is. 4K. I'm glad you asked. I wanted to ask about the quality. What you guys think of the quality? Let me do a quick poll here. I already wrote it down, so I can just copy this in. Really want your feedback. If you don't have if you don't actually watch the channel, don't worry about answering. If you're just here for the draw, I get it. Let me know what you think about this question. Did we set a date? We're planning for next fall because Erin's doing her master's and working full time. It's just too stressful. Yeah, Bruce. I hope everyone got that reference because I don't know if people remember Matilda too much, but yeah, my name isn't Bruce. Hopefully everyone knows that. I did Mountains and Moors. Thank you so much, and thank you to Sai for passing that along. I just packed it away for a 10-day trip I'll be leaving for soon. That's why I'm doing the draw tonight, because I got to get it in before I leave for the trip. Thank you so much for the Trangia bottle. It's perfect. I'd love to take the Draumr to Killarney in July. That'd be an amazing place for it. Am I gonna go back, Robin, and look for the GoPro again? I don't know. It's a slog to get in there, and several people pointed out one spot in the video, one location where they thought it might be with the same timestamp. So 3 people thinking that, I don't know, it makes me want to go back, but we'll see. The direct light in your face is a little much. Okay, thank you. Let me know if that's better. I just wanted to wash out my horrible complexion. 4K is overkill and too much data and to edit and work with. That is generally how I feel. Thank you for the feedback on that. Appreciate that. Thank you very much for the feedback on the quality. That's good to know. A big reason why I got the camera is because of Xander. He makes these amazing time lapses of star lapses, and I'm super jealous of it, and I can't do it with my current camera. So yeah, I would love to be able to do that, and I could with this full frame camera, of course. Anyway, I'll probably do the draw in the next few minutes. Yeah, most people don't have 4K screens. I agree. Still glowing. How's that? No, I didn't find that GoPro, sadly. I don't even care about the GoPro or the money. I just want the memory card. It was just gnarly portaging. Yeah, a metal detector, Sean. That's an interesting point. Michelin Man? Yeah, Brendan, you got the FZ 300. It's for the price. There's nothing better and more functional for doing this sort of vlogging. It's weather sealed as well. Yeah, Trupa, you think that you could just extend the exposure time, but surprisingly on a camera with a tiny sensor, it's just not that nice. Yes, Brendan, the Aurora would look amazing in 4K. So after the draw, which will be very soon, we have over 500 people here. I think that's good enough. Erin and I can stick around. If you missed it, Erin will be here soon. She'll be back from work and answer some questions. There were 3,600 comments on the video on the giveaway, so I tried initially to respond to everyone, and that just became impossible. So that's a Padlin. Good memory, man. Yeah, I've been through a lot with that FZ 300. What type of drone do I use? I use the DJI Mavic Mini. It's incredible what that little camera, that little drone does for the money. It was like $600. Where did the comment section go? I don't know. Maybe it's off because it's a live stream. Xander says, "Give me the hammock." Are we going to take that from Xander, folks? Why don't you give it to Xander? Tell him what you think. Shut the light off. Okay, that's probably fine. Some natural light from this window since it's so lovely and bright out still at this time of day, this time of year. So if Xander gets it, I'm gonna have to agree that this thing is rigged. That's better lighting? Okay, I'll leave the light off until it gets dark. Oh yeah, and so I wanted to mention Xander and I did a big trip down the Puckasaw River and up the Puckasaw coast of Lake Superior. A couple of weeks ago, Xander's part 1 is premiering tonight at 8. My version will not be out for a bit because I'm busy tripping. But after this, head to Xander's channel and check out part 1 of our trip. It was quite eventful. Erin's Masters, sorry, it's jumping all over the place, the questions, but Erin's master's is in counseling psychology, and she was just approved by her professional association. So she's now a registered therapist. I think that's it, registered psychotherapist, which is amazing. Really proud of her. She's been working her butt off to do this. Okay, let's do the draw. Some people are just here for that, I'm sure, and I get that, and I don't want to waste your time. So I don't have any kind of software here for doing this draw, so I can't share my screen, I don't think. Like I said, it's my first draw, my first live stream ever. But I'm just going to go on YouTube and go to my own content, get the URL. Get ready, folks. Share video. And all I have to do is pop it in this this website that picks a random comment. Here it is. I'm just going to show you this so you know it's legit. Start here. Anybody nervous? How bad do you need it? Bad. You should need it bad. It's essential. Continue. Create your free account. I'm pretty sure I didn't have to do that before. So, okay, here it is. Okay, filter duplicate users. As I said in the video, it was only one entry per person. So if you made multiple comments, only one will count. Include replies to comments, no. I'm not excluding anyone. I didn't delete anyone's comments. No one wrote anything nasty, which was great because on the internet, you can end up with like a Bodie McBoatface situation, if you know what I'm talking about. Add extra entries, remove winner from list after draw. There's only one. And a skill testing question. 8 plus 9. Ooh, 17. Okay, so now I'm going to hit get YouTube comments. Sorry, this isn't that clear. I'm just going to... I know, no bad comments. That was amazing. Wild. Because the internet is the Wild West. It's a crazy place. It's getting comments right now. 1,100, 1,200. It's retrieving them all. There we go. There it focuses. Still going. Okay. 3,242 unique comments. That's reversed, isn't it? That's unfortunate. At least it is for me. And start. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to give this away. Michael Johnson? Wow. Congrats, man. So happy for you. What was your comment? I have been looking to add another hammock to my arsenal, so this video is perfect timing. I think the Camo XL will be heading up to the Boundary Waters with me this fall. Keep up the great work. I always enjoy your videos. Thank you so much, Michael, and congratulations. Please claim that within 3 weeks or it'll be redrawn. I'm really glad it wasn't Xander or like Erin or something. That would have been kind of awkward. If you want to stick around, I can answer some more questions about the Draumr, about whatever. I'm just chilling until Xander's premiere at 8. So, plus Erin will be here soon. So, if you want to bail, that's totally cool. Look at these congratulations. That's so nice. People are just beautiful. And sorry to everyone who didn't win. That's I know you always think like, oh, it's not going to be me, but you're secretly hoping and thinking maybe it'll be me this time. I never win draws or giveaways, except once at a Molson tour, I won a mini fridge. That was it. Is Michael Johnson here? Michael Johnson in the house. And if it's not claimed within 3 weeks, then it would be redrawn. So Hope Michael sees this. We didn't collect anyone's personal information because people don't like giving out their information. I don't want to like jump through hoops and give it all my info, but your attitude brings the best. Thanks, DOO. Very sweet. Okay, I don't see Michael Johnson, but it's hard to see. So Michael, please leave a comment on this video, and I will give you instructions on how to claim it. So how do you get to be top chat? I don't see any of my comments. I'm not sure, Robert. I'm sorry. They're going away pretty fast, so I can barely see them. But and if you didn't win, start saving your shekels and get one. Treat yourself. It's a quality product. You get what you pay for quite often. Talk about your canoes, Flacky. What you have. Any plans for a new canoe? Yes. So right now I've got my main canoe is a 16-foot Novacraft PAL in tough stuff. Weighs about 50 pounds. And I like that one a lot. But the gel coat on it ships pretty frequently, and that is a bother on Canadian Shield where there are rocks everywhere. And then we've got a Novacraft Prospector 17, and I'm thinking of adding an Eskeef T4MX Prospector 16. Problem with the Prospector 17 is it's a lot of boat to solo, and I would rather all of our boats be suitable for solo and tandem. Kevin from Fleming, what a treat to hear from you, man. Hope you're doing well. Ari. My real name is Michael Johnson. I bet it is, Ari. I hope you're enjoying the canoe. Ari bought my original 15-foot Prospector from Beach Marine in Hamilton, Ontario. Yes, you'll change your name. And I have a way of, if someone created a YouTube account with the name Michael Johnson and stole that guy's profile picture, I have a way of seeing if it's actually the original. So don't get any ideas. Swedish Pimple. Unfortunately, I don't have a discount code for Amok. I don't think they do a ton of discount codes, and they don't have a ton of sales. They have like seasonal sales that I've seen, but no, Amok doesn't mess around. I really like that about them. There's no BS, no high-low pricing that's so prevalent. It's just like a really good product, and it costs what it costs. Eric, John, what month did you go on your Temagami trip last year? That was July, I'm quite sure. Sorry, just reading comments. I was thinking it would be great. Axis Pold says he'd like to have separate posts of just the audio. That's interesting. I've really become passionate about capturing audio. I love filming. I love photography, but I've really gotten into the audio and realized how important that is to a video. Pretty much just as important as the video quality is the sound quality. BDX man, what's the best way to support your content, John? Thank you for asking. Just by watching is the number one. That's all I could ask, and that's plenty because there are ads on the video, which I have no selection involvement in the ads. Those are placed by YouTube, and I'm grateful that I don't have to go hunting down sponsors. That's huge for a creator because, to be honest, I'm busy all the time. I'm on a trip, I get home, and I'm burning the midnight oil to try and get content out before the next trip, and I absolutely love it. That's not a complaint. It's just a fact. But I also have a buy us a coffee link, or buy us a garlic bread in video descriptions if you feel so inclined. But I don't like to ask because I have no idea what anyone's financial situation is, and I kind of hate the idea of accepting money from, maybe I'm better off than that person, so why I don't deserve that money if I have more. You should turn on the top chat so we can support you. Sorry, I appreciate that very much, Julie, but I'm not sure how to do it. First live stream. Jonathan Madsen, that's good spelling of Jonathan. Perfect. What is one trip you've never done but always wanted to? Wabakimi's up there. I don't know, that's the first thing that comes to mind. I'm so boring and I have such a narrow focus. I'm just obsessed with paddling in Ontario. There's a whole other world out there, but with over 250,000 lakes in Ontario alone, that's true. There are over 250,000 lakes in Ontario. It never run. I can never get to them all. Like, my list only gets longer and longer. So Wabakimi would be cool. Maybe I'll go there soon. Wink, wink. Have I done any BWCA trips? Nope. But Erin and I did a 14-day trip through Quetico, just on the north side of the BWCA, in 2020, which was amazing. And Erin and I have another big trip planned for this August. Not in Quetico, but a similar trip. Dave Lee, thanks for the chance to win one, man. Thank you. What a positive attitude. Keep the videos and Smeagol impersonations coming. Okay. I definitely will. Next time, tell how people can confirm winning. Okay. And just, if anyone missed it, if you're still waiting around for the draw, it's already done. Michael Johnson is the lucky man. How much is a shekel in Canadian money? Oh, I don't have the mental capacity for that. Our cats destroyed my sleep last night. There was a full moon. I don't know what got into the cats, but they were insane last night. They were throwing up and didn't sleep too well. I just had a coffee, actually. Maybe in the future, the winner needs to be present. Yeah, Michael, where are you at? Your videos, Drew word, not lob. Must be missing how to pronounce that, but your videos have helped me get through the last couple of years. Thanks, buddy. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. You guys helped me get through the last couple of years, giving me the experience of a lifetime here. Ruhoon. Hey, John, just had some input on the quality of your videos. I find that when things are still, the quality is great, but as soon as movement occurs, it tends to blur a little. That's great feedback. Thank you, man. Really, really appreciate constructive feedback like that, especially since I asked. And on that poll, it looks like 85% of people said no, that the quality is as good as other channels. 15% said that it could be better or is better on other channels, and that's good feedback. So maybe this camera will help. I'm dabbling in 4K as well, but I talked about that earlier, and still not sure. Not entirely sold. I'm way behind on the comments, so sorry if you're just writing some now. How is the drummer for a Pat Finn asks, how is the drummer for a side/stomach sleeper? It's my main reason for not buying one. Well, it's fantastic. It's really flat sleeping, so it's, yeah. I'm mostly a side sleeper. I don't sleep on my stomach much, back and side, but it's amazing. You should definitely try it. And don't quote me on this, but they have a 30-day money-back guarantee. I'm not sure exactly what the conditions are on it, but I think it's pretty safe. So you could always get one and send it back if you don't like it, and they have that guarantee because they're pretty sure you will like it. Susan Howard, all of us win by watching Lost Lakes. That's so sweet. Jerry Dagg, will you do a trip with Joe again? Yeah, definitely. I've been meaning to for way too long, and just time slips by, but hoping to very soon this season, if he'll have me. What time is it? 7. Erin should be home soon. She had to go over to Nipigon today for work. Chris, can you give my friend a birthday shout out? Jerry Attrick, 35 today. Happy 35th, Jerry. You beat me there by a few months. Robert Lisner, I like that you go barbless hooks and remove treble hooks. Inspiring. Hooks do a lot of damage. Thanks, man. Yeah, I feel like when you have that epiphany, for a range of reasons, for me, it's the ethical component that speaks to me the most. Honestly hooked some fish really badly. I've been fishing for a long time. I've had some ugly releases. I've released some fish that for sure would have died. And in my ignorance, I hoped that maybe they would make it, but looking back on it now, I'm certain that they wouldn't have, and that actually haunts me. So promoting good catch and release is really important to me, and learning how to do it myself. You know, I'm still trying to get better, still could be better, still learning. Jonathan Mercel, any plans to canoe down south in the winter like Brad and David? Yeah, I saw their trip on the Rio Grande, and that was pretty sweet. It's definitely crossed my mind. Yeah, I might do that someday. In the winter, that'd be amazing escape. If it can be paddled in the winter there, I'm not certain, but I would imagine so. Aaron Bork, what is your preference for a handsaw brand-wise, Silky or Boreal? Or maybe another. Car camper here, so weight isn't as much of an issue. If I had to pick one, I'd probably pick the Silky Gone Boy because it fits in your pocket. But if I'm sawing wood for the hot tent, then I want the Boreal 24 to get through, thicker logs. But for like trail maintenance and smaller fires, then I would go Silky. But for the hot tent, processing big wood or clearing larger trees on portages, I would definitely go with the Boreal 24, 21. Dave, keep up the great work, John. Thanks, man. Really appreciate that. You guys are incredibly generous and kind. And it offsets all the trolls and nasty comments out there that I'm getting used to. It used to be harder, but some people still will rattle you. It's just the nature of the business. Eric Peterson, I had an Eskeef P15. I found the boat flimsy. I would recommend the Eskeef Pocket Canyon. Much better for running rapids. Interesting. I was thinking about the Pocket Canyon as well. Main thing is I want T4MX or like something like that can be dragged up on rocks easily without chipping or, compromising the hull. Or I've never really wanted an ultralight. I like something that can take some hits. Chris Fleming, when is Erin going back out with you again? She just went out with me this weekend. We had an amazing, it was just an overnighter, but it was pretty amazing. And I'll be posting that when I get back from the next trip, probably in a couple of weeks. And if you missed it earlier, Erin is almost done her master's, which is why she's seldom able to go out. And then she'll be able to go a lot more. She'll be doing solo trips. She'll be filming solo trips. So for the Erin fans out there, which is probably all of you, the odd person doesn't like her. Plenty of people don't like me. Marilyn, watching from the Philippines. Awesome. I love hearing where people are from. Nicole, I wish your gear for sale was made from wool, our merch. I do too. I wish there was like a streamlined merch company that that offered like higher quality stuff, but unfortunately, I haven't found it. All Road Expedition, any thoughts on the Stanley Cup playoffs? Oh, your Rangers just lost. That's tough. I'm going to give it to the Avs. It's a pretty interesting final. My Leafs lost to Tampa, but at least we took them to 7, unlike the other 2 following opponents. Mr. O, hi John. Do you do trips in Superior Provincial Park? There are many great routes in the fishing for specks and grays. Yeah, I've done one into Old Woman Lake, and that was awesome. That was several years ago now, and it's quite close to me. I should really do more. I did a day trip there with Joe back in the start of the pandemic in 2020. When we couldn't camp overnight, we just did a day trip. Hannah Stimful, Lake of the Woods area anytime soon. Yeah, so much tripping opportunities up there. It's ridiculous. But we plan to move closer to that area in the near future. So I'll be holding off until then. But Canadian Girl 83, I second the Kitties introduction. I didn't see the first. I missed it. But the Kitties, maybe Erin can bring one up when she gets home. They don't particularly love being picked up. They're cats. They do whatever they want. They only care about themselves. Concerned Canadian, how do you feel about Bill C-11 coming through Parliament? I don't know. I don't really like it. I don't really like censorship. Michael Thomas, don't bruise Erin's legs again with ice. Lol. Okay, I promise that. She gets herself into her own trouble. Ranger Neil, any teasers of trips that will be happening this summer? So, if you missed it, I mentioned that Xander and I just did a big 13-day trip. One of the best trips I've ever done. He's ever done. And his episode 1 is airing tonight. Mine won't go out until after my next big trip, so probably not for a couple more weeks. But at 8 o'clock, just an hour from now, you can watch Xander's part 1, and it was pretty eventful. Trying to find some comments that would be more broadly applicable. Karen, yep, I did announce the winner yet. It was Michael Johnson. If you can, if your name is Michael Johnson, and if you want to know if you won, just scroll back in the video. Thank you all for the sweet comments. I won't read them out, I guess. Probably not good content. It's my first live stream, so I'm figuring it out, but I do appreciate it. Any Robert listener, any food preservation tips, how to air dry food? So I have a Hamilton Beach 5-tray dehydrator, and it's fine, does the job. I'm always tempted to buy an Excalibur model. They have nicer ones. And I probably should. I can easily justify it with the amount that I camp. And it's a business expense. I don't know if you ever thought of that, but I have to report my YouTube income to the federal government, but I also get to write off expenses. So if I buy camping gear, I get to, write it off against my income. So that's kind of sweet. Carl Caves, right on, man. Good to see you, dude. Just got back an hour ago from camping in Halliburton Water Trails. You should check it out. That's funny you mentioned that. The trip that Xander and I did at Ice Out, we went, well, if you know, you know where we went. We originally planned on going to Halliburton Highlands Water Trails, but it was still iced in. Hope you had a great trip and got some trout. Alex, how about the Sutton River? Yeah, that would be amazing. Flights cost an arm and a leg right now. In fact, I was looking for my trip with Erin this year, a big trip. I was thinking of doing a fly out, just getting picked up, and it would have been about a 200-kilometer flight pickup from the Albany Forks. and that was like $3,500 Canadian. So I found that really hard to justify. Josh Ireland, I've been unhappy in my job for a long time, and all I want to do is make backcountry videos. What is your advice for a beginner? How long did you struggle to make a living from YouTube? So, great question. Definitely can't jump into it, and you have to basically work 2 full-time jobs until you get YouTube to a point where it's making an acceptable income for you. Diving into YouTube and just hoping that it's going to work out would be a disaster. You can almost guarantee it's not going to happen that quickly. It took me, I was doing YouTube for 4 years before I could make a reasonable living off of it. And our housing here in our small town in Northern Ontario is extremely cheap. So my mortgage, believe it or not, costs $250 a month. That's how cheap our house is. And I grew up in Toronto where, you're paying like $1 million for an average house now. So it's incredible. If you can move away from a city, you should think about it. But anyway, my advice for a beginner is start with the gear you have, the filming gear that you have. You can use your cell phone, but focus on audio quality. You can get an external microphone like this one, a Rode Video Micro. This is the new camera I just got, Panasonic S5. I literally just got the lens in the mail a few hours ago. This one is fantastic, though. If you are looking to get into this and you want one camera to do everything, that's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, and it can take some hits, I can tell you. It's weather sealed, and it has incredible range, focal length. So it's 24 to 600 millimeters. So all those like zoomed in bird shots I get are just with this little camera. It's fantastic. Panasonic FZ300. It's about $600 Canadian, and it's got me this far. Todd Army, what YouTube channel do you look forward to seeing a new video posted? So many. Great question, but if I had to say 3 off the top of my head, it would be Xander, Brad, Explore the Backcountry, and probably Northern Scavenger. But there'd be a lot of channels right behind those 3, but I feel like those 3 channels kind of do what I love the most. And I'm definitely, I don't want to start mentioning other channels because then there's all these channels I didn't mention, but yeah, I'll definitely give props to those 3. I slapped Thanos upside the head. Do you believe in ghosts? Not really. I've had some experiences that I couldn't necessarily explain. In fact, on the trip with Xander, I camped beside on this last trip on the Pucksaw. I camped beside this old dilapidated cabin, and I heard voices, kind of like women's voices. At another point, I heard, it sounded kind of like a raucous crowd at a bar, but through like a muffled wall. And I've heard a lot of noises around waterfalls. I think that's just what it is. It's like millions, billions of molecules of water making sounds at certain frequencies. And I guess, yeah, the physics of that I couldn't possibly explain, but I'm guessing that's just what it is. Sputtlebutt, would you ever get a pack boat like Joe's eventually, or will you stick with the bigger boat? It would be nice to have, especially for Erin. I'm a pretty big person, so my canoe doesn't have to be ultralight, but for Erin and I mean for me, I mean I would love the option of an ultralight boat, like if it's not a terribly rugged trip. And in fact, Joe and I did a pretty rugged trip last spring, and he was dragging his Carbon Fusion, I think it is, hull over rocks and stuff. He wasn't babying it, so I give props to Swift on that and their pack boats. It held up really well. It'd be nice to have, but we'll probably move before I get more canoes. I want to move and get established before I buy any more stuff. We're planning to move closer to Erin's family. My family's very far away either way, so John loves to catch fish and film loons, moose, and bears. Michael Thomas, too true. Alan, are you going back to paddle Superior this year? Yeah, I've actually got a couple of things in the bank already on Superior, and I have one big trip, one of my trips I'm most excited for this season. I'm going back to Superior where I did the Land Before Time video, was the title. And I'm hoping to get into an even more secluded spot off of that route, which was phenomenal. Tony Cotto, do you plan on doing trips in the US like Yellowstone? That would be amazing, but gas prices are insane right now. In Canada, at the local pumps, it's $2.40 a liter or something, which is, I don't know, multiply times 4 roughly for the price per gallon. So that's, what is that? $5 a gallon? I don't know, but it's steep. No, more. It's like closer to 10. Wow, that sounds insane when I say it out loud. Anthony, have you been to Norway or Scandinavia in general? No, but I would love to. Really, really love Scandinavia. Just everything about it, from the nature and scenery to the culture. Fix this. Hey, man. Are you gonna collab with Joe again? Yeah, for sure. And sorry, you probably already heard my answer to that. Drano, give us more taters. What's taters, precious? Skimming through questions, trying to get to ones that I haven't answered. Great to hear from a lot of you folks. All of you folks. Ruhun. I can't pronounce that one, but loved your trip down the Oski and into Pakistan. Would love to see more of the area. Yeah, that was a really special trip. Michael Thomas, John, we need recipes for veggie curry. I'll defer as always to Kevin Ride, Kevin Outdoors on YouTube. He published a book called Backcountry Eats last year. It's amazing. His recipes and his book are the way to go. My veggie curry needs work, actually. That wouldn't be the first thing I would give it a recipe for. It's good when you're in the backcountry because everything's good when you're hungry and tired. But Spark Daniel, cheers from Chile. Awesome. I was in Chile for about a month. I don't know. That'd be close to 10 years ago. Beautiful, beautiful country, incredibly diverse. Brad Van Reenen, hey man, what is Xander's blue canoe? A 15-foot prospector? Yeah, it's 15, or I think it's 16 actually. Prospector in Royal X. He got one used for like $300, which is an amazing steal. Curtis LaFleche, Strawberry Moon tonight. How nice. Yeah, I'm always kind of bummed when I'm not out on a night when there's some kind of celestial event. What beer, John? Michael Thomas. Mini Brew, Blanche de Chambly. I squished my cans here for grip, less likelihood of slippage. Brian Chandler, yes, I did. I ordered it. It's not right beside me. Did you end up picking up one of those LT draft hoodies from Connect? Yeah, I got one from sale. So it's like for anyone who doesn't know, which is probably everyone, it's a lightweight hoodie, synthetic polyester, and it has an integrated bug net you can either peel back inside the hood or bring down and stuff into your chest. So it's pretty cool. That'll be coming with me on the next trip. Thank you for that recommendation. Outdoorsy Dad, I'm curious how you keep your food from spoiling. Is it dry ice? No, I never bring dry ice, wet ice, or anything cold. All I would do if something is more prone to spoilage, like a steak or something, let's say, I bring the odd steak. I usually freeze it first, and then it'll just thaw slowly throughout the day. But no, the key is to get moisture and fat content out of food through a dehydrator, ideally, and I rarely have to worry about spoilage. I mean, I've had cheese or bread products go bad, but not that often. It's surprising how long it'll last. And maybe it's not the most sanitary thing, but I don't know. We're too pampered sometimes these days, and we worry too much about like, I'm health conscious for sure, but I don't know. It hasn't killed me yet. It's the bottom line. Clifford Wright, hey, you have the best canoeing in Ontario where you live. No argument here. A lot of wonderful other paddling destinations. Like Quebec has so much water as well. I mean, all of Canada, essentially, and lots of other places in the world. But yeah, we're spoiled with paddling routes in this province. I wear glasses, by the way, for the computer. I don't really need them for anything else except night driving, but I use the computer too much, and apparently I've worn out that part of my eyes, if you're wondering. Did Erin replace that net she dropped on the Quetico trip with one that floats? We got the same net because I absolutely love it. It's just perfect. It's nice and wide and with a deep basket, rubberized basket, which is good for the fish. Supports them, and the rubber won't cut them like a cotton net can. But it doesn't float, so I just added a float onto it. It also has a really nice short handle. It's just like that long, which is nice in the canoe. You don't need a big long handle. It's just cumbersome, takes up more room. It's harder to portage. So I really like, it's the Freybill wading net, and I think it's the 17 by 22 inch basket. Really like it. Michael Thomas again. The dog hair first day of Quetico was kind of gross. I can't believe we did that. Like, I would have rather just skipped a meal. We were just in the zone. For anyone who doesn't know, we spilled, or I think I spilled, our burrito mix out of the pot into the dirt around the campfire, and we scooped most of it off the ground and ate it. And, you know, people like spit into fires, they throw cigarettes into fires, and, you know, there could be dogs around it and other animals poop. Like, it was disgusting. I can't believe we did that. Northern Retreat. Hey, I agree with that visual feedback. 4K is overkill. Interesting. Yeah, and most people just aren't watching on a 4K screen. If I'm watching on my 4K screen, the big screen, and 4K is available, I definitely choose it. But if it's in 1080, it's not like I'm really hurting. But I don't know. If you want to aim for excellence, then I guess that's the thing to do. So I should be more ambitious, maybe. Brad Borland, when are you going to marry that woman? To find someone that enjoys the outdoors like you is extremely lucky. I couldn't agree more. I put the ring on it last year, and we'll be getting married once she's done school, because it's just too stressful to stack anything on top of her current load. I don't know where she is. Let's see if she sent me a text, actually, because I was hoping she would pop in by now. But anyway, she's got a long drive home. Whoa. Comments just bounce like crazy. Okay, well, I was way behind, and now I'm pretty much at the bottom. So I'm sorry that I'm definitely missing a lot of people. Oh. Sorry, I heard my toothbrush rattling against the little metal tin that it's in, and I thought the cat was chewing on it, which disgusts me. It's just the wind, the breeze blowing. Northern exposure. John, have you ever thought about getting into hunting? A little bit, but I can't bring more gear than I do. I just kind of overwhelmed with how much is needed if you want to camp and add filming and fishing to it. It kind of maxes you out. Like, I have to double carry, and it's still, even with the double carry, it's a fairly solid load. But I don't think I would have the heart to take down a large mammal. I could probably shoot a grouse because they just don't seem to have a lot going on upstairs. Like they never get off the road. I don't know, maybe it's territorial. Doesn't mean they're worthless, but anyway, I would have an easier time shooting that than a deer or a moose or a bear. I love seeing those animals, so it'd be very hard for me to shoot them. Fishing with Fever, what drone do you use? It's the DJI Mavic Mini, the original one. It's 2 or 3 years old now, but still does a solid job. Shoots up to 2.7K, so it doesn't shoot 4K, but not a big deal. Pat Finn, fave craft beer. I don't know if it would be considered craft, but my favorite is by this brewery, Unibrew, and it is called La Fin du Monde, the end of the world. It's 9%, and it is so full of flavor. See the wind blowing the curtain over there? That's what I was talking about with the toothbrushes. We have to put our toothbrushes on the ledge of the bathroom because if we put them anywhere else, the cats will chew on them, which is nasty. Miguel, would you ever consider doing a canoe trip in the Northwest Territories? Yeah, that would be amazing. For our honeymoon, with Erin and I, in my honeymoon, we've talked about potentially doing a Northwest Territories trip, but we're also tempted to go to New Zealand and maybe Australia. Erin's actually spent a lot of time in New Zealand, and she's done the Lord of the Rings tour and everything there, and done some amazing hiking trips. But she wants to go back, and that is somewhere I would love to see. So Northwest Territories someday, I would say for sure. I do want to do an Arctic, something in a really far north latitude, but I don't love the idea of polar bears, grizzly bears, bear and ground grizzly bears, or not being above the tree line and not having a reliable source of firewood. I love campfires and I love the woods, but I'd love to experience that at some point. Anyway. Trees are people too. How many times have you seen the Northern Lights since moving north, John? That is such a good question. Shockingly few. We just went through solar minimum. So the solar cycle, I think, is like 11 years or so where it ebbs and flows and you have more or less magnetic disturbance from the sun. And I have only seen one really good display. That was when I made like a little debris shelter in the winter, and I woke up in the night and they were dancing. Xander and I got to see some very recently, so stay tuned for our Puckasaw trip. 7:30, so Xander's part 1 there is in 30 minutes. That's probably when I'll wrap up here because I want to go watch it. Hopefully Erin gets here before then. And then follow up to that question, I've seen them several other times, but never super vivid. Actually, the display that I just saw with Xander was the second best Northern Lights display I've ever seen. It's so amazing. Like, it doesn't satisfy. I just want to see more. You would think, oh, I check it off my bucket list. I saw them. I badly want to see them again, and I want more. It's such a phenomenon to watch. Chase, when are you going to post the video of your recent trip with Xander? So I'm about to start a 10 to 12 day trip, and I'm hustling to get through that edit, but it is a 13-day trip, so it's a big project. Having a lot of fun editing it, but it takes time, and I probably won't be able to post it for 2 or 3 weeks more because I'll need to finish it up when I get back from the upcoming trip. Susan, I'm enjoying this live stream. It's a win in itself. That is so sweet. Thank you. You're my favorite gentleman fisherman on YouTube. Thank you so much. That's really nice. King Kong QC. I have one too, a Connect, that bug jacket sweater. I find the bug net to be too opaque, not see-through enough. Okay, interesting. And Karma Clanton, what was the hoodie called? It's the LT Draft Hoodie by Connect, CONNEC. I bought mine at Sale, Canadian retailer, and that's Sale, SAIL, not sale price. Saying hi from Somerton, Arizona. Awesome. Kyle, yeah, I did do the draw, and Michael Johnson was the winner if he claims it within the next 3 weeks. Otherwise, I will have to redraw, because I just don't want that to be hanging out there forever. If he doesn't claim it, I want it to go to someone. Kip, have you ever been to Oba Lake in Lake Superior Provincial Park? No, I haven't. No, I was thinking I was going to say yes, but that was Obatanga, just to the north. Travis West. John, how do you recommend mounting a full-frame camera on a canoe? Magic arm or tripod system? Personally, I use a tripod, a full tripod. I mostly use this one. It's Manfrotto Action tripod. What I really like about it, it's got like this release, this thumb wheel, and that just releases the entire mechanism. A lot of tripods, you have to release something that allow you to swivel or tilt separately, and this is all in one, so I really like that. And it has a very small mounting piece which releases quickly and doesn't block the battery door. And I also have this bigger, more expensive one, but I like it less. The other one's about $100 on Amazon, Canadian. But I use something like a Magic Arm for GoPros on the gunnels, for which I try. Another piece of advice: if you're a YouTuber, vlogger, try to minimize GoPro use. There is an insane amount of competition in this genre, and if you want to point, train's going by. This is the 360 Max. This is what I use in whitewater. It films both directions, and that's how I do the split screen from the same perspective. But the days where you could just, walk around and make a home video with the GoPro pointing up at the sky with your head and like not well framed or not good top quality, those days are gone. And you really, if for anyone who's trying to make it as a vlogger in this genre, try and go with a decent camera, but it doesn't have to be super expensive, but use good photographic and videographic principles. Really focus on light sources and framing. Try and think, what's one thing I can do to improve this shot? Put something in the foreground, or turn so the lighting's better, or should I do some kind of action within the shot? Because there are thousands, maybe tens or hundreds of thousands of YouTube camping channels out there, and it's real hard to break through. Chase again, do you listen to music while you're camping? If so, what do you usually listen to? Great question. So on the trip with Xander I just did, or trip with anyone, and funny, I see Xander's follow-up subsequent question just down here. It's related. Xander said, what type of music did you listen to when you're younger? So Chase, I do, but if I'm with someone, I bring headphones, because that is a huge faux pas to just disturb anyone else's camping experience, their camping zen, with speakers of any kind. And I would only play it on my phone if I knew I was like the only person on the lake. Otherwise, I wouldn't risk doing that. But my favorite band is the Fleet Foxes. Second is the Flaming Lips. So I love listening to them out there. Flaming Lips is like psychedelic rock, and they have some great songs for stargazing. Love the Hip too. Tragically Hip have some great tunes for camping. And Xander's question, what type of music did you listen to when you were younger? We had a great conversation about this on our last trip, and turns out we liked all the same bands, which I'm sure a lot of people of our generation did. I was born in 87, and Blink-182 was my favorite by far. But I love Taking Back Sunday and Yellow Card. Back when I was younger, I don't listen to those bands much anymore, but the nostalgia effect is still there. And when we hear them, Xander and I were singing some on the trip. It was fun. Michael Lamoureux found a bear spray can and GoPro on my last trip. Just kidding. Oh, I wish. I I don't know what I would pay for that memory card and that GoPro. Probably a lot. I should tell people where that is. I don't know. I don't know if I want to give away that spot. Sensitive trout lakes, I'm a lot more cautious about giving up than I used to be. A big trout lake, that's fine. But small ones, I don't know. Some people get in there and they just hammer it. Cameron, have you ever considered homesteading or purchasing land off-grid? Not full-blown. That's a huge commitment. I think it's really cool. I love people who do that. But I'm believe it or not, insanely busy. Hey, Michael Johnson commented. Cool. Michael, you're in the house. Great. Drop a comment after this and I'll tell you how to claim your prize. Awesome. Oh, I got a notification from Xander Budnick on YouTube. Premiere in 30. Okay. Yeah, that's right. You didn't post it early. This is my time. Sorry. Two's Cruise. Hey, man. Even here in Southern Ontario, we're spoiled with the Kawartha Highlands and QE2W. Absolutely. Great resources. And I don't think many people would know this, but I publish a bunch of free maps, including, something that's accessible to Torontonians or people from Southern Ontario. I published one for Magnetawan region. Big area, lots of canoe routes. And I link those in some of my videos. If you look up like a Magnetawan trip that I've done, I'm sure you'll find the link to the map in the video description. But let me know if you can't find it. Dry Ice Champ. Have you ever been paddling in Nova Scotia? No, I haven't. I've been out there. It's beautiful. Cabot Trail. Stunning. Oh, Erin's home. I just heard her walk in the door. Honey, come up when you can. Yeah. I've got a drink up here for you. What's that? I've got a drink up here for you if you want. But you can take a minute. Okay. You can close the door then. Okay, so the live stream was right there. Let me just give her a little privacy. Yeah, but no, I love watching Noah from Northern Scavenger paddle in Nova Scotia. That's awesome. But I hope he comes back to Ontario. Alex and Noah have to be reunited. Enough of this. ODV, what's the longest you've been camping outdoors camping in days? Just 14 days with Erin and Quetico. This past trip with Xander was 13, and then there have been a lot of 13, 12, or 12, 11, 10, 8, 7, lots of trips like that. But 10 is kind of a sweet spot for me. I find in terms of preparation, it's nice for a really long, like let's say you did like an expedition, the amount of preparation just grows exponentially, and the amount of things you need to bring and the difficulty. There she is. Erin. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome. Here, you take this.
No, I got this one.
No.
I've been sitting.
You want that one?
Yeah.
Okay. I've got this little like ergonomic chair here. I've been sitting on it recently to try and improve my posture. I've got a ginger beer or a Blanche de Chambly.
I'll go for the Blanche de Chambly. That's a little bit.
Sure.
What do you want that?
I don't know what you just said.
I don't either.
You want to say hi?
Hello.
Michael Johnson won. Michael,
Okay.
Yeah.
Congrats.
He's in the house now. So that's cool.
Awesome. Congrats. That's exciting.
So let's talk Erin. Like I was saying, she's going to be starting to vlog more with my old camera as soon as she's done her master's, which is how many weeks?
7. So that's tomorrow.
7 weeks left out of 3 years. So really in the home stretch. It's going to be amazing.
Can't wait.
I'm going to scroll. I'm going to jump to the bottom if anyone has questions directly for Erin now that she's here. Karen Blackstone, what's Erin's major in grad school?
Oh, good question.
Come a little closer.
Counseling psychology, so clinical psychology, pretty much. I just yesterday got my registration approved for CRPO, which is psychotherapy, the college in Ontario. So I'm a psychotherapist. Qualifying, I still have to write the exam.
Damn good one. That's how I keep afloat. Brian Chandler, if you like Fleet Foxes, check out Manchester Orchestra. I've heard of them. I will do that. Thank you. Hi, Erin. Welcome, Erin. Erin fan club. a lot of Erin fans, of course. Do you ever drink bourbon or do you strictly drink Scotch? I love Scotch. My background is I'm a quarter Dutch. Grandpa came to Canada. My opa came to Canada after the war from the Netherlands. And then the rest is a mix of Scottish, Irish, English. So I don't know. I seem to gravitate to Scotch. Like there's no other. Is there any alcohol that you would drink straight?
Straight, no.
No. The other ones, yeah.
I like gin when it's with tonic.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I got sick off of gin, to be honest. Probably a couple times in my youth, and I think I've pretty much ruined that. Kevin Outdoors, hey man. 14 is long enough. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Out of context, it's pretty funny. I'm forgetting what I was talking about.
Would be my guess.
Maybe. Yeah.
Solo canoe?
Maybe. It's a good guess. I don't know. Hopefully, guys, you can hear Erin. You want to come a little closer, even?
Sure. Sorry, I'm just texting my coworkers to let them know I made it home safe.
Okay, that's nice. Pam Albert. Hey, hi. I know you've done other trips with other YouTubers. Xander, any interest in doing an adventure with either Baird or others? Love watching your vlogs. Definitely. Yeah. I'd love to meet up with the Bairds.
Mm-hmm.
We were just watching Jim and Tori in their whitewater rescue scenario the other day. And I loved Tori dumped and then had this big grin on her face. And I loved that because I had this similar experience with Brad and Xander recently. It's like a weight off your shoulders to finally dump and like dump your canoe. And it's a good thing. You learn.
Mm-hmm.
I've pushed myself with whitewater this spring and I've made mistakes. And people will say, I don't know, people say stuff, but I'd rather push myself than live in the comfort zone forever.
It'd be nice to connect with the Bairds and as well their wives both.
Definitely. 100%.
Tori and Heather love to do a trip with at some point too, so they're both all around.
One of the hardest things for us is we live in Northern Ontario, really far away from almost everybody. So unless people have really flexible schedules like Joe and Xander, who do this full time as well, it can be hard to coordinate. People have kids and, a lot of other things going on in life. Bill Shipley, you and Noah need to do a trip together. I'd love that. I'd love to do that, a trip with Noah or Alex. Marcus Mack, can you talk about the lost portage footage on the GoPro? Just insane black flies, horrible bushwhacking, and it never seemed to end. I don't know. You'd have to see it to fully appreciate it, I guess. Hi, Erin. Thanks for taking the time after traveling and working, Erin. That's nice, Nikki. Thank you. Yeah, you must be tired.
It was a long day.
Yeah?
Good. All good, though.
Yeah.
Nice to. Yeah. No, it's good.
Mark says, I was fishing in a lake and caught a short-handled net. Was it Shade Lake in Gretico?
Or the Pig River?
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, that was humble pie, man. Biggest slice of humble pie I've ever eaten in my life. I was upset when Erin lost the net, and then I went and lost one on the Pig River trip, which is out there. I included it because we include everything. Good, bad, ugly. Include it all. Alan, have you met Keenan and Ashley from Canoe the North? No, I haven't, but I love their channel and I love them. I would love to meet up with them. Actually, they have an extremely underrated channel. Go check out Canoe the North. Really great quality, great couple, great trips. The comments just jumped. Erin, what type of kicks are you rocking right now? Socks?
Mark's work warehouse socks.
Oh, I guess they mean for tripping. Nicole Hayes. You have Vask.
Mhm.
Vask. I can't remember the brand. She got these Vask leather boots for our Quetico trip, and they actually dried faster than my. I can't remember the brand now. Anyway, my Keens hikers, and I ended up getting the same Vask boots.
Mm-hmm. They've been really good.
We break down gender barriers like that.
And in my non-tripping time, I'm wearing some Converse, black. Very universal.
All right, we got 15 minutes left till Xander's premiere.
Ooh.
Robert Lisner, my wife cried when you two got engaged on that trip. Aw.
That was fun.
That's sweet. Brian, have you guys thought about Starlink mobile internet in the woods? No. I love having the Zoleo, our SATCOM device. They hook us up with service, which is much appreciated. And it has limits. You can check weather, you can text or email, but you can't like connect to the internet. And I love that. I was always scared of getting a SATCOM device because I was worried it would kind of break down that barrier of feeling like you're in the wilderness. And it just gives you enough, like saying, check in with Erin each night and say I love you before bed and check the weather. And that's amazing. That's, in my opinion, perfect. Karen says we can hear her. Maybe they meant we can't. Okay. We'll try and
or maybe she'll have to yell. You can.
Or maybe she actually is saying oh, okay. Maybe okay, good. We're not using a special mic or anything here. This is just my laptop webcam and mic.
Oh yeah, that ankle injury was rough.
On the Quetico trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Nikki.
She's such a trooper.
That one was it did okay. I think it was one of those injuries that's pretty bad, but as I got up and just moved it and kept it mobile, it hurt.
Yeah. You can feel free to pick one out if you feel like it.
No plans for a dog.
That's a good question.
We've got 2 cats that we love, and they're low maintenance.
They were monsters last night. I'll fill you in after. The full moon, they were crazy. I got probably 3 hours of sleep. And also there's puke everywhere.
Oh.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, we don't have any
so
plans for a dog, really.
Yeah. No.
Just not our thing.
Yeah, we love dogs, but don't necessarily need to own one. And they add certain things on trip. They also add a lot of complications.
Mm-hmm.
And some people, I'm not saying this, but just hypothetically, say that it's kind of inhumane to bring a dog on certain trips. Like if it's bitterly cold, if it's minus 30 Celsius.
It's just an extra thing to have to consider.
Yeah. And be worried about. And the dog can't tell you exactly what it's feeling. They have ways of communicating. They can whimper and whatnot. But what are you going to do if they're whimpering like in the extreme cold? I wouldn't want to have to worry about that. Nor would I want to bring one out in extreme bugs. I would feel so bad. You can put permethrin or I don't know, whatever you put on dogs to help get rid of bugs, but there would be nice times of year for a dog, like in the shoulder seasons. We're not worried about extreme cold or extreme bugs, but anyway, it would be nice, but I don't think we're going to anytime soon.
Colby's grandmother was born in Fort William, which is original Thunder Bay, so
very
that's
cool.
Awesome.
Very cool. Yeah, that's where Erin grew up in Thunder Bay.
That's where my family's from. So my mom's from Fort William. I grew up on the Port Arthur side, but family grew up in Fort William. Very cool.
Brad Van Reenen again. Hey, what is your professional opinion on Smeagol being one of John's multiple personalities?
That was one of the things that I fell in love with about him.
Yeah, she's a way bigger Lord of the Rings nerd than I am.
Yeah. I love Lord of the Rings. So before we started dating, before we ever met, for a long time, I always listened to the audiobooks before bed just because I love them. And that's something that John has since adopted, which I'm very lucky that to have found someone. Everyone in my life thinks it's super bizarre that I do it, and then that John has accepted it and now also enjoys it. So we go all the way through, and then we start it back at the beginning. And yeah, I love them. So his Smeagolness is endearing. But professionally, professionally, I'm not allowed to have an opinion on family members. We'll leave it at that. But personally, I love it. I would be Pippin.
Yeah. Erin, Mike Lordy says, Erin, my girlfriend loves when both of you camp together. What is your go-to snack to bring for camping?
Ooh, good
See if we have the same answer. What do you say?
Dehydrated pineapples. Yeah.
Dehydrated pineapple. And I've often got granola bars or Cliff bars, but I get really tired of them. And now I just like a Snickers bar.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some peanuts in it. It's satisfying enough to get you through. And I actually want to eat it. So if you eat enough Cliff bars, you'll just be sick of them. Travis West, Erin, huge fan. How many fishing nets are appropriate to take on a canoe trip? Kidding. Congrats on the upcoming educational goal.
Thank you.
Hart from Canada. Hi, Erin. Suzanne from Thunder Bay. Hey, Suzanne.
Nice. Hey, Suzanne.
Nice to hear from you again. Ken says, why the poll on clarity? To me, it is. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. It's just the camera I use has a pretty small sensor. It's not professional quality at all. It's a $600 camera. So I wanted to kind of get some clarity on that because I just ordered this new professional camera, which is a Panasonic S5. And I'm trying to decide whether that was justified or not. I just got it today in the mail, so I could probably still return it or at least sell it. Oh, we went way up again. Hi, Douglas says, hi, I'm from Brazil. I really like your channel. Thanks, man. Awesome to hear from people.
Mm-hmm. Cool to hear from people
all over.
Yeah.
Brian, Michael Johnson is on the chat. Does he know he won yet? I hope so.
Duluth, nice. Been there plenty of times.
Taureen Williams, winter is coming. It's going to be a long one. Yeah, I know. I'm probably ordering some a new hot tent for next winter. Probably a Snow Trekker Crew 8x10. And I was just thinking about when I need to order, and it's going to start getting cool again in 3 months. Yikes. You find one? You reacting to something?
Oh, the great Ukrainian warriors refer to the Russian invaders as orcs. That's, not to get political, but I do have family in the Ukraine, so appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Putin. Cameron, what were your previous career pursuits before YouTube and your passions for nature? Michael does know. Okay, good.
Yeah, so for me, I've been a community outreach worker and counselor and most recently psychotherapist. So that's been my pursuit throughout my career is to get the psychotherapy information, which I got yesterday. And I still do that. So I'm still working full time as a counselor, psychotherapist, and finishing up school, and intend to keep doing that for a while. I really love what I do there as well. I'm lucky that way. So I'm sure over time that might vary in terms of if I'm always working full time, or maybe I do some part time or private practice work. But for the moment, I'm working for an agency that I am quite happy at, and I like doing full time. So that's me, Freddie.
Here's Freddie. Hey, say hi. Yeah, he doesn't love being picked up. I'm gonna let him down. But that's Alfred. He was in the local shelter for 9 years, and Erin wanted to get a second cat to keep our other cat company. And when we heard he had been in the shelter for 9 years, it was an easy choice. He's quite a good cat, actually. I turned the light on. It's too much because someone said the quality was degrading. I can see it's getting pretty noisy and grainy as the sun's going down outside. We're losing the natural light, but that means it's 8 minutes till Xander's premiere.
John was in GIS.
Oh yeah, yeah. My side of that question. Well, first I was in marketing. I studied commerce in school, and then I worked in marketing for about 5 years before I left. Did a sabbatical, I guess. I road tripped around Ontario, went to Chile, and then went back to school to study GIS and studied cartography, map making. And I did that for a few years, which was great. And I would have continued doing it for sure if this opportunity with YouTube hadn't come along. And now I am paying the bills doing this, and I will obviously continue living that dream for as long as I possibly can. Erin should consider forensic psychotherapy.
Oh, yeah.
That would be so up your alley.
Very interesting, but a little bit stressful. I had a professor who was a forensic psychologist because she's in Alberta, and super interesting. It is up my alley in a lot of ways, and it's fascinating. It's a lot of assessments and a lot of pressure from lawyers and prosecutors, but it's definitely up my alley. So maybe. Thank you. Love that. I like that side of things.
John M., do we see the more miserable parts of your trips, or do you edit them out? I always wonder that. Great question. For better or worse, we include the bad stuff, the ugly stuff. In fact, I think it's for better. I think it's some of the best content.
It's the most interesting.
And the most relatable, the most raw is when human emotion is involved, and you're down, and you fight back. I think it's good content. A lot of people don't like it, and they'll say, I don't want to watch you suffer. I don't want to hear you complain.
Yeah. And
I try not to complain. I love what I do. Sometimes I'm just stating a fact, like I'm exhausted, I'm soaked, just factually.
Yeah, just being honest with where you're at and sharing your emotions is part of the journey.
And some people just want to unwind and relax when they watch them on YouTube. They don't want to see someone suffer. They want it to be chill and fun. I get that.
Someone asked if it's stressful to be separated for the camping trips.
That's the hardest part.
I was going to say no. No, it is. In some ways right now, because I'm working and in school though, like I actually kind of, it's nice when John's away just for the sake of I have no free time and I'm pretty miserable in a lot of ways, and him being out there is nice. And also I don't have to be a pleasant person when he's gone. No, so like, yeah, obviously we miss each other, but right now with how busy I am, it's not too bad because he doesn't really miss the best. Like, you're not getting the best of me if you're home anyway. So, and it makes me happy to know, like, when you're out there, I'm happy.
Yeah, she's pretty busy right now, and then once she's done school, we won't have to be apart quite as much. But she'll be holding down a job and career still. So,
but we're both pretty independent.
We're both pretty independent, which I'm glad for. It's healthy for us, but that is the hardest part of my trips, is especially if I know Erin has a lot on her plate and she's stressed out, which is often right now with school. To not be home supporting her is emotionally difficult. But we have our lifetime together, so that's what we tell ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Royal Super Tramp, did you pick up any GIS skills that you find useful while planning trips or while you're on a trip? Absolutely. I can make my own routes and maps like very quickly if I need to. If there are no maps or route maps around, which is the case for a lot of the trips that we do, and I love maps and cartography. I pore over old maps, and yeah, I love that stuff. It's coming real handy for this. When is Bruce says, when is Erin going out again? Bruce and Cheryl from Rockwood. So we just went out together this weekend just for an overnighter, but it was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And then your next trip might not be to our big August trip.
Yeah, might not be.
But yeah,
we've got a weekend one coming up.
But it'll be a big one. Yeah.
To edit, and then August, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Diane, what are your and Erin's favorite rod and reel recommendations for rod for women? It would be the same. I think I'll answer this because I just kind of pick your fishing gear. I like a good old ugly stick for the money. It's a pretty good rig. I like the Fluger President for a reel. I'm a value shopper. They're not top of the line. They're definitely not bottom of the line. They will last, and they don't cost you an arm and a leg. That's kind of what I shop for.
I won my rod and reel from a contest on CBC Radio on Thunder Bay for a
Your
photo
old reel.
contest. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still have that rod, and that was the reel I used up until last summer, so it
The reel, yeah.
did me well.
That's true. Bill Shipley, any plans on writing your own book about your thoughts and experiences? Not anytime soon. I hate talking about myself for the most part. Like that's, yeah. I don't even want to elaborate on that, but I've thought about it for like a retirement thing, write some memoirs. I don't know if anyone would care, but when my body can't do this anymore, it would be for me, I guess, to relive these memories. You ever want to write a book about your experiences?
Maybe because I've been doing so much writing for school that I don't want to write anything for a while. Maybe, I don't know. I don't.
My Oma and Opa wrote their memoirs, and
Yeah.
I really enjoyed reading them, hearing about all these parts of their lives that I didn't know about.
I'd be interested in having my parents write theirs, so maybe one day just for that purpose of like for family purposes, it could be cool, but no time soon.
Okay. It's just about 8 o'clock, so we'll wrap this up. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining and for entering the draw. Tui's not here.
Where is she?
Oh, I don't know. It's too late. We got to wrap up.
Okay.
It's time to head over to Xander's. I want to go watch Xander's premiere, so.
Okay. You guys get to meet Tui next time. She's the real.
Yeah, she's in some other videos. But anyway, thank you all so much. Love you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much for your support. And come join us over on Xander's channel to watch his premiere. We'll be in the chat there. And we'll see you there. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.